it's raining down there. Oh.
Oh, I know.
Looking at
The black stuff coming down. Right.
So I have a good friend of mine live in Cascade, and I know the entire Cascade Fire Department very well. So I kinda help
No,
out
I think
down
it's
there.
fine.
So I went down Monday. I didn't know if I could do it. I went down. It was used to Are we ready?
No, just don't break it.
Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Woodland Park Planning Commission regular meeting for June 28th, 2012. The time is, no, sorry, it's July 12th, 2012. And the time is 7:02. Have a roll call, please.
Yes, thank you. Stackhouse, Everett,
Here.
Larson,
Here.
Mattingly,
Here.
Rollinger, Schrader,
Here.
and DeVoe.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum this evening with 5 members present.
Thank you. You all join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for our previous meeting, which was June 14th, 2012. Are there any questions, modifications, clarifications to make on that? Seeing none, approved by acclamation.
Okay.
We have one request this evening. It's for CUP 12-004 for Prayer Mountain Ministry and Creation Sciences Academy. Request for approval of a conditional use permit for a private Christian school serving approximately 15 students and a place of worship for approximately 75 to 100 church attendees on a 0.516 acre property located at 107 West Henrietta Street, Woodland Park, known as Old Church Square, as requested by Galen Beaver, Associate Senior Leader of Prayer Mountain Ministries. And staff report.
Thank you. I have a brief PowerPoint to review the application for Prayer Mountain Ministries and Creation Science Academy conditional use permit. The reason for the public review is that both a church, synagogue, or other places of worship and private or parochial elementary and secondary schools are required to have conditional use permits granted within the central business district zone. The proposal, briefly, is to have a small Christian school with approximately 15 students. They will be both elementary and secondary age. The church, Prayer Mountain Ministries, will also conduct church services for approximately 75 to 100 attendees. The academy will occupy 2 classrooms in the lower level of the building, which is easily accessible to the parking lot. The church gatherings will occur in the evenings or on the weekends, while classes are typically held during the week and the daytime. There is also office space in the church and school, and that will be provided within the building. There are no plans for any interior or exterior modifications. Currently, Prayer Mountain operates an encounter room. This is an area that is sort of like a little coffee shop where people can relax. And there are 15 spaces parking spaces on the property, with 6 spaces also on street along Henrietta Avenue. The this does meet their parking requirements for both the church and the school. Here's photos of the facility. It's known as Old Church Square, and this top photo is looking from Memorial Park across Henrietta to the structure. And then the bottom photo is of the south elevation, which you can see the two stories on this portion of the building. The southern portion, this is the area where the classrooms will be held, and then there are offices up above. The encounter room is housed in this portion of the building, and then the church services will be held in the large main room. You'll recall that this building did function as Charitable Treasures, as a business retail facility up until 2010. And after that, Prayer Mountain moved their nonprofit into the building. They did not hold church services. They only held music and meeting space. Now they'll be expanding to a place of worship as well as the school. The site plan that was in your packet shows the property, which is about 150 feet by 150 feet, with the existing structure adjacent to Park Street and Henrietta Avenue on the north. There's also alley to the south, and then an alley as well to the west. So there's ample access. And to share with you the surrounding properties, it's a very mixed area with the park to the north. There's a mix of apartments and office spaces and various retail around the site. Here's some surrounding property photos. The upper left photo is the apartments on Park Street, and then over further toward Highway 24, we have more apartments. The community cupboard is kind of just tucked in the back here with more apartments, and then a retail to the south, the Curves building. And then across the parking lot, there's another public parking lot just to the west, and the Help the Needy office building, and of course Memorial Park to the north. So once again, a very mixed neighborhood, but this type of use will be quite harmonious with those uses. As far as the conditional use parameters, they are not a use by right. They are contingent uses as long as they comply with the 11 criteria in the conditional use standards, and any impacts can be adequately mitigated, and that it has a supportive relationship to the surroundings. The conditional use standards, those 11 of them, I'm going to fly through them. You're very familiar about the health, safety, compatibility, those kinds of things. The mitigation for potential impacts on this neighborhood, as far as aesthetics, it's a good design and character of this building, has a historic flavor to it. The lighting is fully shielded. The traffic study or letter that was done concluded that it's significantly less than the retail business by 181 average daily trips. Noise, there should not be any additional noise. These activities will occur inside the building. However, if they take the students across to the park for outdoor activities, that's what the park is intended for, and then parking will meet the demand for the use as well. There's only one condition that prior to the final inspection for a certificate of occupancy, the reason they're needing a certificate of occupancy is because of the change in use to an assembly use according to the Building and Fire Code, which they've already been working with Teller County Building Department on and the Fire District, is that a backflow prevention device will need to be installed prior to that certificate of occupancy being issued. So with that, staff would recommend approval with the one condition. And in the audience this evening are representatives of both the Prayer Mountain Ministry and the Creation Sciences Academy, who are happy to answer any questions for you.
Is there anything you guys would like to say to the applicant? No?
What is the, is this a charter school, a home school, what kind of school? Parochial school, accredited, what is it?
Tracy, if you can come up to the podium.
Hi. The school is, at this point, working on accreditation. We can't even begin the process until our third year, and we're going into our third year. It's kind of like a one-room schoolhouse addressing all different ages. So it's kind of got the flavor of one-room schoolhouse, homeschooling, and private school, all mixed together in one.
They'll go to this instead of public school.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's an alternative, yeah. My name is Tracy Irvin.
And your address.
My address, 57 Aspen Circle, Divide, 80814.
What is the function of an encounter room? It said for the scope, because it said it's where you take a break for life, and what takes place? Thought it might be a place to go during the day. And
Hi, I'm Shalise Jimenez, and I live at 2561 Blue Mesa Drive in Divide. The encounter room and really the existing use of the building has been where people come. We have worship leaders and live music, and actually a lot of talented musicians and artists come and spend time and play music, and we have recliners, and people just come in and journal and have quiet time, and it's more like a self-serve. We have coffee, we have tea, and we have tables set up, so people come in and do Bible studies and do various types of meetings and that kind of thing.
multi-purpose.
Yeah, more of a multi-purpose. Yeah, and then we have ministry. We pray for the sick there. So it's just been more of a multi-purpose type of room. So yeah, and we do training classes occasionally.
I was curious to what they.
Yeah, we have training classes that we do, monthly, and conferences every once in a while, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's good.
Sure.
Do you expect or do you encourage your church to grow in membership?
Yeah, we just started a strategy to start doing weekend services. I was a part of planting another church here in town that eventually took over Rocky Mountain Christian Center down in Green Mountain Falls. So that this is really the second church plant I've done here in Woodland Park. And so we're in the very early stages of just really getting organized and starting that work. So yeah. But we're anticipating really in the next few months to start to mobilize and get the leaders in place and start to do that.
Sally, that building was a church before.
Yes, it has been a church in this house.
Yeah. I think it was that way before it was taken over by Caper's. It was a church.
It's actually, the history of the building, I believe, is that it's the oldest church in Teller County. It was a a Free Methodist church in the early days. And the last church that was there was Dayspring, which now has property, obviously, off of Highway 67. So
It's good to know.
it's a good building.
Yeah, your church and the site just offers a wonderful vista when you get on the north side of the park and you look across the pond
Beautiful.
and the mountain and the church. It's just gorgeous.
It is. It makes beautiful pictures on our website. It's awesome.
I got a question for staff, Catherine. My typical question, I see that in the staff report, we're going to be able to use the same tap.
That's correct.
So we will not see a net increase in water use because of this use.
Should not.
Okay. So we're still within our water budget for a while.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Whatever the next 40 years, what the growth is.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Is there any public comment this time?
My name's Todd Wiseman. I live at 338 Highview Circle in Woodland Park, and I think it's a great idea. I have 5 children of my own, and I don't plan to send them there. We homeschool. I think it's great that there's other options besides the public school up here for educating children. So I support the conditions. Thank you.
Public comment or any more questions for staff? Discussion?
Just a comment for staff. In reading through the edited version, I noted the last bullet, increase the public's awareness of the value of Woodland Park's history and historical resources. I don't think I understood that until the ladies mentioned that tonight. I didn't have the oldest church in town perspective, or maybe I missed it, but I think that adds something to what you put in here.
It does, and in fact, the Free Methodist Church, there's a photo of that on the Historical Society's picture book of Woodland Park. It's the front cover of the book. So it is a very unique site, although the original building has been consumed by the growth and the remodeling of the overall building. The site has been in town for a long time.
But I think it's a nice tie-in to the comprehensive plan. I like to see things like that surprise me when I read through something like this. Thank you.
Would anybody like to make a motion?
Motion approved.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Everett,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes?
Mattingly,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
and DeVoe.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. We move forward to City Council meeting next Thursday on first reading, and then the public hearing will be August 2nd. Thank you.
Good luck.